When we think about wellness, we usually picture it as, I don't know, some kind of destination we finally get to. But what if that's the wrong way to look at it? What if our well-being isn't a place, but a structure? Something we have to consciously design and build, piece by piece, just like an architect creating a masterpiece.
So let's just start with the biggest question of all. Forget not being sick for a second. What does it actually mean to be truly well? This question right here is the very foundation of the blueprint we're about to walk through.
Okay, this completely reframes the whole idea of health, doesn't it? It's not just about the absence of bad stuff, it's the presence of this systemic equilibrium. Think of it like a finely tuned orchestra, a perfect balance across every part of you. Your body, your emotions, your thinking, your energy, and even your sense of purpose. It's the whole shebang working in harmony. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build this architecture of vitality together, starting right from the ground floor. You'll see how each layer stacks on top of the last, creating this incredibly strong, resilient structure for a life that's not just okay, but flourishing.
Every great building starts with two things, right? A rock-solid foundation and a crystal-clear set of plans. Well, in our architecture of wellness, that foundational layer is all about awareness. This is where we do the survey, we draw up the blueprints, and we really understand the ground we're building on.
These three pieces work together beautifully. First, there's awareness. That's just the raw data, simply noticing what's going on inside your body and your mind. Then comes understanding. That's where you look at the data and figure out why it's happening. And then there's this really cool tool, zero-based thinking. It's basically wiping the slate clean and asking yourself, okay, if I were starting from scratch today, which of my current stressors would I actually let back into my life? It's a game changer.
And that's why awareness is so incredibly important. It's not some passive, floaty concept. It's an active, diagnostic intelligence. It's like your body's built-in early warning system. It lets you stop just reacting to things and start responding with intention and purpose. All right, so with our foundation of awareness poured and set, it's time to build the core infrastructure. I want you to think of this next layer as the engine room of your building. It's the biological hardware, the power grid, the plumbing, all the stuff that keeps everything online and running smoothly. Now, these might look like the usual suspects, and they are. But in our architectural model, they are the literal bricks and mortar of your physical structure. This is the biological chassis that has to support everything else. Because let's be honest, if the infrastructure here is shaky, the rest of the building just can't be stable. Now here's a really crucial distinction we need to make. We throw the words diet and nutrition around like they're the same thing, but they're not. Your diet, that's your pattern of eating. It's like the biochemical software you're running on your system. But nutrition, that's the quality of that software, the code itself. It's the fuel that actually allows for cell repair and keeps your hormones in check. One is the plan, the other is the quality of the materials. Let's totally reframe exercise for a second. It is not just a chore you do to burn calories, it's a stimulus. It's a powerful input that literally reshapes your brain, that's what neuroplasticity means, and it totally upgrades your metabolic engine. Every workout is a direct investment in your longevity and your ability to handle stress. Okay, so we've got the foundation, we've got the physical infrastructure. Now we need the software that runs the whole system day in and out. This is your behavioral operating system, all the automated programs and routines that decide how your building actually functions. This loop is basically how you manage the entire building. Self-care isn't about being indulgent, it's preventative maintenance, it's just smart. Key habits are those tiny automated scripts that you run, and when they compound over time, they lead to huge gains in vitality. Stress management is your system's surge protector, and your lifestyle, well, that's just the final printout of how the whole system is running.
And a critical, absolutely non-negotiable part of any operating system is rest. But we're not just talking about downtime. This is an active process. It's when your system runs its nightly diagnostics and repair cycles. It's a neuronal reset and tissue regeneration. Seriously, without it, long-term performance is just impossible. It's not sustainable.
So as we keep building higher and higher, we get to the command center, the psychological core. This is where we manage our inner world, our thoughts, our emotions, our sense of meaning. You can think of this as the penthouse suite, the one with the view that directs everything else in the building. The key thing to get here is that these aren't static goals to achieve, they're dynamic processes to manage. Mental health isn't some finish line you cross. It's a psychological ecosystem you have to actively tend to, like a garden. Grief isn't something you just get over. It's a necessary process you go through to reorganize your identity. And joy?
Well, joy is more than just a nice feeling. It's a powerful neurochemical reward that actually reinforces the very behaviors that help you thrive. Okay, we've laid the foundation, we've built the infrastructure, we installed the operating system, and we've tuned the command center. Now we're at the very top. We've reached the peak of our structure. This is where all those layers come together to create something that's way more than just a functional building.
And this brings us to the ultimate goal, thriving. This has nothing to do with just getting by or surviving. This is an abundance-based state. It's that feeling when your entire system is working so well that you're actually operating with a surplus of energy, of clarity, and of resilience.
And this final idea, this is the architect's creed. Health is not passive maintenance work. It is an active, strategic construction project. And you are the sovereign manager. You are the owner and the operator of your own energy, your own resilience, your own life force. You are the builder.
So, this entire blueprint is now yours. And the only question left is, where do you start? Look, don't try to build the whole skyscraper at once. That's overwhelming. Just focus on the very next step. What's one single block, one tiny habit, one new awareness that you're going to add to your personal architecture of wellness this week?